Wow, guys, bravo. Oh. Are you tired?
Oh, well, we could do it once more if you like.
Well, it was a really touching story wrapped up in a lot of humor. Does that come naturally to you, all that humor?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's also part of our duo. There's a lot of humor between us.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to sit in our rehearsals. It's like a comedy show. So it's good you came to the concert.
Yeah. But we also really... I'm also a very emotional person, and I want to tell stories, and I like to go through different phases. But I think also deep stories or deep feelings come even more to the front when you add humor.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've seen in a few of the programs, is that this humor, even though it's maybe a darker subject, it helps to grab people and relate to them better. You guys have this program. It's really about loneliness, no? Wrapped up in love. And there is quite a loneliness epidemic, especially in, America, where I'm from, but I would think on a global scale. And it seems to have been strengthened and made worse by social media and all the technology that we have. And people still, mainly CEOs of tech companies, say that we can use social media to still connect with people. What are your thoughts on that? You have thoughts,
I mean, the ironic thing is the CEOs of Facebook, Apple, they all banned their kids from using a smartphone. Right. So I think that already says enough about what their real motive is. So I don't think we need to discuss actually whether it's useful for connecting. I mean, of course it's useful for connecting, but so is email. So you can also use email instead of Instagram, and of course it has positives, but
yeah, of course that's also not the point we want to make. But
no, of course not. No. Yeah. Just an interesting thread to it. So tell me about the inception of these framework pieces that your brother composed.
Yes, he's here. There he is.
Hey,
thank you, Joshua.
Thank you so much. Yeah, well, we composed this story and found the music that connected to all the different emotions and happenings in the story. But I felt that it would be nice to have like a framework that connects everything. And it's also really linked to all the music around it. So, for example, the part he is really focused on him, and also in La Chevelure before, I start with the words il m'a dit, he. So it's really, everything is connected also with the pieces that Joshua wrote. And was there a sort of style that you wanted to stay in, or did you have carte blanche, Joshua? It was kind of carte blanche, but also a bit in Courteville Cabaret kind of style.
Very strict timings. Sorry for that. I mean, imagine writing a piece for 30 seconds. That's quite a challenge.
Yeah.
So it's much harder than for half an hour.
Yeah.
Speaking of Courteville, where does the name Johnny come from?
Surabaya Johnny, yeah.
Once I made the link, I thought, wait, they're not doing Surabaya
No,
Johnny.
I actually wanted to do it, but I did it 2 years ago, so then I thought, let's do something else.
Okay. Yeah. Julius, your character continuously corrects her, at least at the beginning, when I can't think of a specific moment now, but yes, no, it was this. And how did this concept of your kind of her, like her
yes,
conscience?
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
How did you guys come up with this?
I mean, we had to think of a role, how we can make the piano also involved in the staging, in the story, and actually, it creates a very nice tension in the beginning of the main character, not being sure about what she really wants, and her conscience maybe helping her, planting a seed in the beginning, and this grows eventually, and then in the end of the performance, you'll notice that actually we've become one, and it becomes a strength actually. So that's where sort of it comes from and where it goes to.
Do you think it's called Crazy He Calls Me, and the punctuation of that would change the meaning of that phrase.
Well, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought you would thought about that. But do you think she goes/has a bit of craziness in her, or is she just lonely?
I think there's a bit of this desperate feeling, and also the fact that she has been waiting for days is quite crazy. So I think it's more in her head, all the hecticness, and she can't really see the reality anymore. I think that's the crazy part of it. But I think it's also being crazily in love, and madly in love. I like those terms. That's more that you can't see anything else but that. Yeah.
I was surprised that he did call her, actually. I almost thought you would just leave it out. So why the choice for him to actually call her?
Yeah. Well,
he's playing mind games.
Yeah.
Men.
I mean,
True.
you know, toxic relationships, they like to keep the leash still on. So I think it is illustrative of what actually happens between them.
And I also wanted to have a development in it, that she could also let go, kind of. Because if he would not call, then I think we would still be sitting here waiting for him to...
Yes. We'd happily wait together. But
Do you have any advice for someone who's maybe feeling lonely, having gone through the process of finding yourself in the program?
Well, the thing I was saying was really where I got my inspiration from. I was sitting in a train and I thought, what do I want to make this performance about? And everyone was sitting on their phone. And I was like, wow, I really enjoy when I have these small conversations with random people, when you're in line or in queue for a shop or whatever, and you talk to someone that really lightens up your day. And I think, being open and seeing what contact with people can do.
Yeah, I think there's these small interactions. People think they're weird now in a way.
People are maybe a bit afraid to talk to someone or give a compliment, say like, "Oh, you look so nice." But
that's
please
an advice
do.
I can give. If you want to just like talk to someone, be social, give a compliment first, and they'll like. How can you not like someone who just gave you a compliment?
Exactly.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was a really entertaining and really poignant performance. Thank you guys so much. A round of applause for Roza.
and thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
Well done.